All right, folks, welcome to another episode of our Zoom Up. It's our meetup on Zoom. I'm your host today, Mr. Michael Huggins, coming to you live from Tennessee. My co-host decided to take Friday off, so good for him. So you'll see in our previous episodes, you get to hear more about his story. But today we're going to feature another one of our successful students using our system and our ecosystem of real estate investing to change his life, change his trajectory of his family. Now, before we get into that, please remind yourself, real estate is risky and you need to surround yourself with professionals. You need to cross your I's, dot your T's. Is that how you say it? Just checking to see if you're listening. The point is, be professional with your paperwork. Make sure that you have people double check it, because if you don't, you could lose a lot of money. But if you get it right, the sky's the limit, baby. You can make as much as you want and have a lot of fun doing it and enjoying the time, making friends. And so we want to make sure people are doing it right. When I first got into this, I was working 2 jobs as an auto mechanic. I was barely making 30 grand a year. By the time I paid all the taxes and everything, I was taking home about 20 grand. I was living in my girlfriend's mom's basement, riding my bike to work, drowning in student loan debt. But I found this group. My first deal, I started on it within 3 months of learning the process. And 6 months later, we finally sold it after everything. And after all the dust settled and everyone was paid back, I made $21,000. I made my annual salary in one deal. And so I realized, you know what, I'm going to keep doing this. And so if you're looking at this and you want to be in the position to be able to control your life and start living a life by design instead of a life by default, then stay connected with the person that got you here, whether you're here live or someone sent you a recording, and request that you come, request from them the private links for our Zooms on, we have an intro, a house tour, and a workshop. All right, those are some private links, private access to get into those. So you will need to be registered, and the person who got you here can get you all that info. Awesome. Now, with that being said, let's jump into today's episode. The idea is we're going to bring you episodes of transformation, people who are changing their life, because we want you to be inspired to get off the couch, change your life as well, and start getting the benefits that we're currently getting from owning our life, being investors, being business owners. And the cool thing is, it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your education level. It really doesn't matter. What matters is your mindset. If you're coachable, we can teach you. So our guest today is a great example of that. His unwillingness to give up. He just kept going and going. When one path didn't lead to what he wanted, he didn't give up. He turned and kept going until he eventually found us. And now he has struck gold, so to speak. Been able to do some amazing stuff. He's learned a ton. So we're going to have him share his story, where he came from, what was he doing? Why was he even looking for a change, and what's happened? So our guest of honor today is Mr. Daniel Park. Welcome, Daniel. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing fine. Thanks, Michael Huggins.
Yes, sir. Thanks for being here. So tell the folks a little bit about your origin story. Where did you come from? What was your background? What were you doing? And we'll take it from there.
Okay. My parents are originally from South Korea. I'm born in Chicago. I've been raised in Atlanta. So I'm pretty much been here in the Atlanta area all my life. Just a quick story about how I got involved with this community was I just wanted I wanted a better life, better income as well. But before I got into real estate investing, I was basically following the the, the corporate ladder, and I started off from the ground. I originally started hanging chickens in a food processing plant. No blood, no blood. They're all clean. Everything, all the giblets were all out. So I would hang chickens on the line. Did that for 1 year. It was fun at first because it was one of my first jobs, but it gets so tiring that when you're working there 8 hours straight, and if you do want to get off the line and use the bathroom, you're so limited on time to use the bathroom, smoke a cigarette, or drink an energy drink. I didn't want my life to be like that. So what did I do? I followed the system, like what everyone's told. Go to school, get a good job, and hopefully you retire. So I went back to school. Um, I was going for my associate's degree, and then I was also going to get my associate's degree in business management. So doing this full-time school and full-time work. I applied to several maintenance positions. It took me 11 tries. I finally got the opportunity. I told them I didn't know what a wrench was. I told them I'll come to work every day and I'll show up. If I have to come holidays, I'll show up. That was the key thing that allowed me to become a maintenance man. But during my years of being a mechanic, I was handling this ammonia refrigerant called ammonia. I didn't have my proper gear on, and spilled. I didn't connect the pipes together, and I created that environmental hazard. The county the county did evacuate, not the whole county. Then the fire department came in, and they already assumed that my manager was dead inside the building. And then I was gonna run off, but I did the right thing with my coworker. We called the fire department, our safety manager, our environmental manager came on through. They said, "What's going on?" The fire department's like, "Okay, had we isolated the hazard?" And I said, "I don't know." So they looked at my environmental manager, and he's making $100,000 a year. They said, "Are you going to go in there and fix it?" And he goes, "Hell no." So I said, "Well, I'll man up. I made the mistake. I'll go in." I went to scuba. I had the gear on. I had the tank on. I went there, verified all the valves are closed, and I come back and I realized I caused so much damage to the county. I realized I was only making $17 an hour, and I didn't want my life to end like that. But we're always taught go back to school. So I got my bachelor's degree. Then eventually I got production manager. I'm telling people what to do, how they do their jobs, and I became a project manager. As a project manager, I was making $70,000 salary, and I was okay with it with a single life. But my why got bigger because I fell in love with my girlfriend. She had 3 daughters, and I have no kids. So I had to figure out how I was going to triple my salary. Just to let you know, I still haven't tripled my salary, but it's working. So I started to look into real estate. I purchased a guru program, and one of the most disappointing things you could do is I got upsold. It was a $1,000 program saying you could wholesale from your house. So 2 weeks later, I get a call representative from a sales representative. "Have you done a wholesale transaction?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "Why haven't you?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not in a rush. I mean, I just wanted a little side hustle." They said, "Well, how about this? You fly out to California and we'll show you." I said, "Well, no problem. I'll take a week's vacation on my salary." They said, "No, no, no. It costs $17,000. I was like, "What?" I said, "No way. I want my money back." So on the way, I was still hunting down how to get into real estate investing. And then I called the sign. And then it was this community in the Atlanta area. Great people, amazing investors who's doing multiple transactions. I was able to network with them, and I was asking all these investors and community members who just started investing as well too, and they had so much knowledge, and I was able to back off, get from them. It brought hope to my life. It brought that motivation. There is something more than just getting a bachelor's degree or even trying to go for a master's degree and hopefully retire. But when I seen that, I said, "Wow, people getting properties at this discount." So I was checking this community out for like 3 weeks, and I said, "All right, I'm ready to go in." Just because of the education, the program, and the community that I was involved, I was able to get into my first real estate transaction, I believe 8 months, 6 or 8 months. And the best part is I didn't have to use none of my money to acquire the property, none of my money to do the repairs. But I did have to use $2,000 of my corporate credit, which I was able to learn because of the program and the education that I was able to build that business credit without using any of my social security number or my personal guarantee. So it's so it's so amazing how you're getting connected to people and you.
Oh, I apologize. I had
There he
unmuted
goes.
motherfucker.
I'm so loud. Am I
Yeah.
on mic? All
Yep,
right.
you're good.
All right. So yeah, phone call came. I apologize there. But just being connected with investors, people say you are who you associate with, and I'm a founder of that. That is 100%. So that's where I'm at right now. And as of right now, for real estate, I'm also hunting down pre-foreclosures and knocking on doors and just building up that marketing funnel right now.
So how much did you make on your first deal?
My first deal was $27,000.
And so going from having to basically be tied to your job to then looking at this check, what did that feel like?
It was like when I first time get that check, well, let me see. When I first time got that check, I was like, wow, this is amazing. But at the same time, I mean, fix and flips are good. I said, well, I have to go find another one. And my overall goal is to get rentals or do lease options. So that's my overall goal. I don't know if I answered your question right, Mike.
Well, no, what did it feel like when you looked at it and you're holding that check and that money is now in your account after all that work, all the upsells, all the nonsense, all the, traditional education and that not leading you down where you want. You finally got the check and you're getting what you want. What did that feel like?
It felt great. It felt really amazing. But it's just it felt like I just wanted to do more. It's one of those reactions. You get that first check, it's like, wow, this happened. I could do more of these, So that's how I felt.
Nice. So you got your big why. You got people in your life that are motivating you and pushing you to become a better version of you. And that doesn't happen through typically going to college, but that's what a lot of people, it seems like that's the information that they thought. They need to go back to college. And folks, you can go back and look and see this theme across this entire video series that we've made, almost 100 episodes now, of people being totally disappointed by traditional academic education when it comes to their finances. And so it looks like Daniel found that spot here. So let's get a few things clarified, because I know there might be some people listening going, what did he talk about when you said called the sign? What does that mean? What do you mean called the sign?
So when I called the sign, I saw people saying like real estate investing, people who wanted to learn real estate investing, call this number. So I was
It
at
was a
that point when
local group. It wasn't
yeah,
like a big billboard. It was like a little sign
no,
in the yard, like a road sign,
exactly.
yard sale sign, and you got connected to the local group. So folks, that's something amazing about this network and this system here, is that there are groups all over the country. In fact, I believe there's like 70 between the online communities and the physical locations of people that you can plug into to start getting the networks that you need to do your real estate. All right, so after having that upsell experience, and then you walk into the room that they're hosting down there in Atlanta, what was the difference for you?
The difference is I'm not behind a computer and hoping that my dreams and goals will come true, just being in the back of the computer and not doing anything. But when I went to that room, we had, I don't know, maybe 200 people, and it was a large building, around 200 people. We have like on the left side, there are like 100, like maybe 100 investors. On the right side of the room are people who just wanted to get involved in real estate, brand new. So there was about like 20 or 50 people who just wanted to learn how to do it. And then I met Debbie Worthington and Bill Omi. And Bill Omi, he's one of the well-known investors who has a rental portfolio, and he was just talking about the auction process, about how he could get properties at $10,000, $13,000. And it's so amazing because I used to put investors on the pedestal. Now I was able to talk to them belly to belly, just normal, like they're just regular people. And that was the one of the craziest experience I have.
Nice. It'll give you a lot more confidence and being able to see that it is real. You can do this. You don't have to be some super fancy person. You can just be a regular dude doing investing and controlling your life.
Yep, regular dude.
Nice. That's what it's about, folks. Just a bunch of regular people doing extraordinary things. Awesome. Okay. So what would you say was your biggest obstacle in this story of transformation that you're going through?
Wow, my biggest obstacle was I don't know if this is the typical Asian guy is shy, do the homework in the back of the classroom. My biggest obstacles was just networking with people, asking questions, uh, just getting out from my comfort zone, because I was just a shy type of guy. I would never talk to anybody. I would just go on YouTube and Google and get all my answers there. But I knew that wasn't the way. I had to come out, talk with people. And then when I started to look for real estate deals, I started knocking on people's doors. I had doors shut in my face. So that was my biggest obstacle, is just the communication.
Okay. And so now being able to pick up the phone and just call someone out of the blue, is that easy for you?
Yeah, it is very easy.
Nice. And so you said you're working on pre-foreclosures. Why are you attracted to that?
So pre-foreclosures. So the first transaction that I did was with a partner within the community, and it was a subject to taking over people's mortgages, basically. And auctions was good. Buying properties, $12,000, $14,000. That amazed me. But what's more amazing is when people are going into foreclosure, you're giving 8 ways on how to prevent them from going to foreclosure. And not only that, if you help someone like that, you're the last person they remember. And if they can't sell the house, they'll sell the house to you. And the best part is we don't have to pay the house all up cash. We could just say, hey, we could help you out with the debt, move you to a new place, just transfer the deed to us, and we don't worry about your mortgage. We'll take care of it. And then we flip it, and then we just make profit off of that. So that was the reason why I like doing pre-foreclosures, because you get properties at a discount versus, a lot of people's challenges. It's money. It's always money. Well, not necessarily. With this pre-foreclosure, like I said before, none of my money for the closing costs and the repair costs. I only had to use $2,000 of my corporate credit, and that was it. So that's what I love doing, helping
Right.
people and getting properties at a discount.
Cool. So one thing else that you touched on as a great reminder is building corporate credit and being able to have your business entity have its own banking, its own credit, so you can utilize that without having to tie up your own personal credit. So that's a great move, man.
Thanks.
Okay, well, cool. This has been pretty inspiring. And how old are you?
I just turned 33 February 27th, so I am 33 years old.
Nice. And so going from job to school to job to school to then finally coming here, it doesn't look like you're slowing down. It looks like you're ramping things up. So I want to say congratulations and also thank you for your contributions to our community. I know you help a lot of people. You answer questions, you inspire, you show up, and that willingness to show up is saying a lot about who you are. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Mike.
Cool. Okay, well, stick around for a few bonus questions for the live people here. And I just want to say thanks again for being our guest today. So folks, if you like these stories of inspiration and transformation, get back with the person that got you here. Come to our intro, come to a workshop, come to a house tour, come see this stuff live in person. We're real, we're authentic, we're an open book. You can ask us any questions, get connected with us so you can start getting the benefits that Daniel and I are currently getting from the program. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Those of you here, stick around for the bonus questions. Those of you here catching the recording, it's time for you to move forward into the next video. Have a great day, everybody.